Again, I was on television saying that bin Laden's a CIA asset, looks like he'll attack New York. Saying, call Washington, tell him to call off the attack.
We have a problem here. We have a hijacked aircraft headed towards New York.
Bottom line, 9/11 is an inside job. It's a self-inflicted wound.
Can't you figure this out? Look around you. Look how far we've come. Humanity wasn't meant to live like this. Our every waking moment, trapped and frightened and scared. It's time to stop submitting to this tyranny. It's time to realize that we're being enslaved.
It means the ones who are the chosen ones, the enlightened ones. And they are a blonde-haired, blue-eyed race, and I'm not being racist because there are a lot of beautiful blonde-haired, blue-eyed races out there, but these beings are so beautiful, so angelic-looking, and so incredibly evil. It's the way they handle you and the things that they do to you. It's like you can come across the reptilians, and these were all reptilians. These beings have evolved. They have changed physical containers. They no longer look reptilian. But when you have the ability to see properly, when you can see properly, you see through the facade. They are not what they seem, and they have this ability to connect with you mentally, telepathically. Telepathy is mental, right? The fourth dimension is the mental dimension. And what they do simultaneously is they have technology and they have the ability to stroke your central nervous system, giving you the sensation of euphoria. And there's channelers all around the world who have fallen victim to these beings. And it's happening. I see it everywhere. I've dealt with these beings time and time again. I'm part of what's called the Council of Light, the Galactic Council. There are many here on the planet. I'm not saying this to make myself sound fantastic, because it's all about responsibility. It's got nothing to do with ego, fame, fortune, nothing to do with that. It's all about responsibility. Things for a very long time. They like to build their underground bases. They get told to build their underground bases. They have a base on Mars, upwards of 500,000 Earth people living there already. Now, you hear the people talking about the Greys. Well, they are all in collaboration. Even though they're factional and they fight and do all this sort of stuff, they all belong to this one big empire which spans, the top starts here and goes all the way down. And that is what we call on the planet the Galactic Federation of Light. Because I was so closely aligned, this is what they do, they replicate. And because I'm here from the Galactic Council of Light, if you want to call it that, they were able to manipulate me. I've been implant after implant. They threw everything at me. Mind control programs. They plug holograms into you. I've had holograms run through my system, because what they're trying to do with that is break me, and they're trying to break that barrier between my being here and my being there. So when they try to crack it, they're trying to drive a wedge through that barrier within yourself, because we've all got that. That's the barrier between your lower being and your higher self. And they have tortured me with holograms. And it reaches so deep inside of you, the way they use this technology. It is horrendous. But here I am. So, I'm sharing this personal, intimate stuff, and to live a life, to try and function, not to be able to share it with your family. It's been a hard road. Okay? And that's why when I stand up here and I talk about this stuff, I'm telling you I know what I'm talking about. They have amassed a great empire. At the top of that empire, there's two beings that run the whole show. They are both originally, and still are at the core, crocodilian reptilians. These beings turn up. What their objective is to stop as many people from staying on this planet and walking through those dimensional doorways to the true path of ascension. They are going to come here and they're going to sell everyone, all of you, their version of ascension. They have created a false light body, but it only goes to there. So when you're down here in these vibrations, when you come across a being up in the higher reaches of their empire, you think you're talking to an ascended master or an angelic being. And what they've done is, over a period of, especially the last 6,000 years, okay, because don't forget this is all part of the great divine plan. God contracted these beings to come and do that to us here, okay? And you all wanted to have that experience, that's why you're here right now. Don't forget that, right? So take responsibility for it, don't blame everybody else and all that business. So, they are going to sell love better than a US election campaign. I'm telling you, all the whistles and bells, all the lights and the glory, and they're going to talk it up like anything. Now, they need to do that because they need to win the hearts and the minds of the people in order to seduce them onto their ships, as many people as possible, because these are the guys, and even though they won't say it, they're the ones that are feeding off the worship. And these beings have real power. I've experienced it. Okay? I've experienced their power. What they can do to you is amazing. But the moment my higher being stepped in, nothing. They've got nothing on you when you just use that part of your being, let alone the rest of it. Okay? You've got to realise, yeah, I'm talking, they're really powerful, they've got amazing powers of control and everything, but at the same time realise that the moment you switch a bit of that power on, they're nothing. They're like an ant compared to an elephant, just from you using vibratory levels from here onto them, down here. Okay? So, they're on their way. They're already here, they're teaching the government behind the scenes to build all these underground bases. Now, you guys, I've just got to look at the camera for a minute, you guys who are building the underground bases on this earth, you are the suckers, okay? You are the ones who have been taken for a big ride because they give you these special passes and you think you're one of the chosen ones, one of the elite, you see, and you're being put into these underground bases, so when the time comes and the crust melts away with an internal fire coming out from the